A typical business owner holds assets and savings that are 2 to 7 times greater on average than a comparable employee. This advantage only increases when looking at financial security for those aged 45 years and older.
We want to kind of bust that notion that entrepreneurs are only in their 20s and only in the tech world. The reality is 4 out of 5 small business owners are 45 plus, and they are among the most successful.
However, the COVID-19 pandemic affected everyone's financial well-being and introduced unique challenges for older entrepreneurs. 78% saw their year-on-year revenue decline in 2020 as a result of business closures, and active business ownership among older entrepreneurs remains below pre-pandemic levels. Additionally, 62% of older entrepreneurs reported not drawing a salary, 50% used their personal funds to cover business expenses, and 17% borrowed against their home or a retirement account.
Taking on greater debt right now is not really what they need. They really need to fill the missing revenues that they've lost due to the pandemic. And PPP and other programs were designed really to do more of that.
The majority of older business owners, 82%, sought relief through the Paycheck Protection Program, but even that brought new challenges.
One of the big lessons, especially early on with PPP, is for a lot of small businesses, especially Black-owned businesses and Hispanic-owned businesses, we saw that they didn't have relationships with banks, and also that applies to a lot of very small businesses more generally. And when you don't have a relationship with a financial institution, then you often put to the end of the queue.
And the entrepreneurs who it really struck me, to have struggled the most were those who said they were not as technology proficient at the beginning of COVID as they could have been, should have been, and that they needed to develop those skills and have the resources to develop those skills moving forward.
At the end of 2020, 62% of older business owners said they were still in a position where they'd apply for additional government aid if it became available. Even so, amidst the challenges and lessons learned for older entrepreneurs, there's cause for optimism.
The reality is we know that at the height of the pandemic, unemployment for people over the age of 55 was around 11%. And that compares to the Great Recession a few years ago of 7.6%. And so we also know that if you're older and you lose your job, it typically takes a lot longer for you to get a job than someone else. So we know there are a lot of older folks who've been out of the labor market for a while. They are probably thinking about what to do if they can't get back into their industry or their job, and that this is going to be a real opportunity for them.
But we've also seen an enormous number of new small businesses being started. So there is an entrepreneurial spirit. There are people out there who are looking for that next stage in life or next challenge, and we're seeing them taking those opportunities. And again, I think combined with a better economic outlook, I think there are some pretty positive trends there. That the willingness and ability of people to take those risks and start a new business is clearly as alive today as it ever was.